have that I'm working on. Patience is a virtue, right?
Mm,
So it's just all about timing because sometimes you can mess something up if you touch it prematurely. So just letting
yeah,
something mature
Right.
and grow
yeah.
into something that is supposed to be, you know?
You preaching to me right now because
Mm,
time,
mm-hmm.
patience,
Mm-hmm.
patience. Mm,
Because you gonna plant a seed, right? And you expect it to be a tree in a day, it's not gonna happen.
no,
So you
you
planted
gotta
the
be
seed, so
patient.
now you gotta water it, let some light come to it, you know, watch it grow.
Okay, all right. Tweet, it's on you. What
So
you do?
my screen is still frozen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rome
All
wasn't
right. Well,
built
I
in a
don't know
day,
why it's
so
doing that.
Oh,
But there was a few things that I heard that was kind of questionable to me, and one of them was a man that's struggling is treated differently. What do you mean by that?
uh-oh.
For us, what I mean by that, if a woman is struggling, if a woman is struggling, let's say she don't have a job right now, let's say she's barely making ends meet, she is still expected to be treated as a queen when she goes on a date because she's expecting a man to pull out the chair for her. She's expecting the man to call her. She's expecting the man to ring the doorbell. She's expecting the man to open up the door. And she's expecting the man to pay for the whole meal. Now, if a man is struggling and he's like, babe, I'm just going to be real with you. I ain't got it this week. I don't have it this week like that. Depending on the type of woman that he's dealing with, he is going to get the response of, also, you a broke man, you a broke boy, you a broke boy. I knew I should have messed with so and so. You broke, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think that when you hear things like that, that's a video. That sounds like a rap video. Like I don't think women nowadays are saying, "Well, if you don't have any money right now, it's a wrap. It's over." If she does say that, then I think if she does say that, then you probably have to question the kind of women that you're chasing. Because if a woman says to you she doesn't have it, you've probably shown her something that has let her know that you got it like that. Whether it be something, whether it be the way you dress, whether it be what you've told her, whether it be, because how you start out is how you got to hold out.
Okay,
So if
but
you've
let me,
taken her,
can I say this to you? So why is it that the woman can never come in with her own, that if things go down or something happens to him and he's not able to do the things that he was doing for her? Because there are women who will say that, who will say, okay, yeah, I'm not.
so so a lot of times us women do come in able to, I feel like a lot of us women do come in able to hold it down, but sometimes men have difficulty with strength. And when you deal with a woman that has, just like men, y'all are dealing with the world and y'all have to come back in from the world. What happens is a woman gains strength from what she deals with on a daily basis in her personal life and her work life or wherever it is. These are the things that this woman has to deal with. So when she comes in, it's almost like if you put a person in a cage, let's say with Hulk Hogan, and they're not a fighter, they're gonna learn how to fight. And fighting is going to become a part of their life because whatever you're taught is going to already be in you. So when you look for a woman that's going to be able to hold it down for you, she's going to have a little snap of the neck. She's going to have a little too because that's how she's been dealing with the world. So it sounds like to me what men are saying that they want is they want a woman that is able to go into the street and act like a wolf and deal with wolves, because even us as women, we got wolves, we got vultures that we have to deal with on a daily basis. So that means that this woman has to take her wolf and the vultures that she's been dealing with on a daily basis, she has to drop hers at the door because she has to put aside what she's been dealing with in her life to make you feel like a man. Whereas if a man comes into a woman's life already knowing that he's a man and he's the strength of the family, without her having to dumb down herself to make you feel better, it'll be all right. I think the problem with that is when a man says that he wants to be with a woman that's going to be able to hold him down when things get rough, he needs to accept the fact that this woman didn't just learn overnight to be a warrior. She had to learn how to win some battles in order to be a warrior. And it's going to come home with her sometimes. Sometimes she's going to have an attitude. Sometimes she's going to snap her neck. Sometimes she gonna, she gonna have she gonna have a different demeanor based on what she's been dealing with. But women think that because we are feminine, we have to maintain our femininity at all times, and that's not realistic.
I agree with that.
Where Corey went,
Yeah, he's
Back.
in.
But all we,
I don't understand. I'm gonna have to
all,
tap out too and come back. Hold
all
on.
we as a man, all we asking is,
Corey, we can't hear you.
all we asking is for y'all to tell us. Just tell us.
Yeah.
Just tell us y'all triggers. Tell us what y'all been through, so we can make this thing more easy.
All right, Tweet. Let's see if we can't see you now. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Just messing
All
up.
right. I was trying to look at the comments and I ended up pressing the X button by mistake.
Stop looking at the comments. Focus on the
I'll
conversation.
be in the comments. Listen, I'll be in the comments.
Yeah, Don,
I heard what she
Tweet
said because
yeah,
I'm listening to it on here, so I heard what she said.
yeah, she
I
should
agree.
be on her way back.
What's your
Excuse me,
take on
I
it,
agree.
Miss Renee? That's your name.
I feel like you guys, I agree with James. I feel like it's easier for us to come into a situation without everything established, as opposed to you all. There is a higher expectancy of you guys to have it all together before you enter a relationship. So I think on both sides, each person has to give each other grace, because like I think it was Corey that was saying that what you lack, that doesn't mean that's going to be a permanent situation. That could be
Absolutely.
temporary.
Absolutely.
So if I like you enough to say, okay, I accept you in this space, you should want to use that as fuel to get yourself together. And I
Like,
give
I-
you grace while you're doing that. And then when you do
Absolutely.
get yourself together, then it'll be a situation or a season where I got to get myself together. So we got to take turns. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. I remember I was with a
So
girl a couple of years ago, and I wasn't working. Didn't want to work. Didn't care about working, and like she really gave me that push without giving me that push. She gave me that push, and I was working.
Mhm.
I mean, I was working, like working. And it's
man,
like,
listen.
what?
I'm the one that said the comment about mothering. I think y'all may have got it misconstrued. But I think there's a distinct difference between being a mother and being a girlfriend and being a wife. There's 3 different categories. Being a woman, no man is pushing us to be better. No man is saying you need to get up every morning and brush your teeth, wash your hair, and make sure that you this, that, and the other. This is something that we're only accepted as women if we have a wonderful image, because men are visual. So if you look good to a man, he's going to be interested in you. So why do we have to come into a man's life and be his battery in his back when we don't even know him? We don't know what's going to happen when he gets that battery in his back. Because the reality of it is, a lot of us women get with men when they have nothing, and then when they get something, they're so excited by the women that are paying them attention once they get some things. So I don't think that that's fair for a woman, because your mother, the mother figure, your guardian, is the person that puts that battery in your back. That's the person that you lay and you cry to until you become a husband and you have a wife. Your
Okay, but-
girlfriend, the woman that you're talking to, does not come into your life to push you to get a job. As a man, that's something that you should want to do. That's something that you should already have in you. Her job is not to make you want to provide for your own self.
Okay, but what you have to realize that there's some people that have, again, and as I said earlier, people have gone through trauma and gone through things. So it does take that individual, whether it's your mama or not, it does take the individual, that person that you're with, to push you. There are certain things that you could do as a woman to do better.
That's therapy.
It takes. Okay, but
That's therapy.
God can use that woman to push you to the next level. And
I get
sometimes-
what Corey's saying,
you know what I'm
because like
saying?
okay,
it takes that, yeah, because
let's think about
But this is the thing. Hold on a second.
Wait, hold-
You said, when you were speaking earlier, because I distinctively listened, and you said that when a man is with a woman, he wants her to do this and he wants her to do that and he wants her. And one of the posts that you put up was about dating, and you wanted her to, she shouldn't have to worry about paying for it. You wanted to go Dutch on dating, but at the same time, you want her to get into your life and push you and give you the ambition you need to go forward. That's not fair.
What I'm saying is the post that I was talking about earlier. My whole perception with dating has changed. I'm talking about going out to eat. That has changed. But we're talking about you. I'm talking about the statement that you said about a woman being able to push a man. You don't want to be in a relationship where you're just at the same level all the time. You're pushing each
Absolutely.
other. You want the individual.
You didn't
to
mention that.
grow.
You didn't mention
but
each other.
that's
You
what I'm
said
saying.
women pushing a
That's what-
man.
That's what it works hand in hand. It doesn't matter. It's the man or the woman. Whichever
Now
one.
it does. I agree.
But it doesn't matter. It's either one. You want that woman to be able to push you. You want that man, to be able to push
And you push
don't
her,
understand
right?
the same- Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay, I agree with that.
But we're talking about the man, because y'all up here, we talking about the man.
Yeah, but there's two people in a relationship.
Yeah.
But
You push each-
we
This
talking
is
about
the man
This
cave.
this is the man
An
cave.
hour
We talking about the
ago.
man. Y'all just came on here joining us. We talking about the man.
Right,
Yes,
so now
it
we're
works
talking
both
about how we
ways.
can compromise. Absolutely.
both
Two
ways.
people should push each other. The woman is not supposed to. Now, I know that some women take on that role of getting into some man's life and pushing him to be better. But if she's not his wife, she has no benefit. There's no tie to the benefit of what she's going to receive once this man becomes all that he can be. She has none. The same way a man can get with a woman and has no ties to what this woman can become, and he's pushing her. They need to look out for each other.
Watch this. What about that movie? Y'all seen the movie Acrimony, right? Everybody seen that movie. I actually went to the movies to go see it. You see the movie Acrimony? Mm-hmm. And you see how that man, this is what I was saying earlier, that man was working on that craft. And what did she do? She kept downing him. Oh, you ain't going to be nothing.
No. That
That was Acrimony, right?
The reason why he got the treatment that he got, because that was all that he was doing.
That's totally
And she was
different. That's kind of
working.
different.
She was working like a mule
No.
to
What's the
provide
movie-
for them while he was draining the account.
wait a minute. What's
Just
the
working on
movie?
his battery. A
Right.
person can work on their craft and work too at the same time.
Okay,
Absolutely.
but wait a minute. That's the movie.
We
That's the
mother
movie
and
Acrimony,
take care of the
right?
household at the same time.
But listen. That's the movie Acrimony.
And the moment
right?
we slack off on one thing, it's a problem.
But that's the movie Acrimony. Am I correct? That's the movie Acrimony, right? So
True.
at the end of the day, he worked on his
Actually,
craft.
we got to be
Right.
mothers, take care of the household, and slay
Yeah.
at the same
But
time.
he worked on his craft, and look where he was at.
and be sluts for the man.
Absolutely. After hours,
But-
we have to become someone else.
But he worked on his craft, and did he make it? Didn't he
Now,
make it?
How many years though?
But it don't matter. That's what I'm saying. This is what I said earlier. Women are not and will not, since y'all up here, women will not, and I'm not going to say all, the majority of the women are not going to wait for the man.
But
to
y'all,
reach
That's
the
but I
not
thought
true.
y'all said patience
It's
is a
not
virtue.
about waiting.
Why?
It's about
Why?
what you're doing.
Look what y'all just said.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You just said earlier when we were talking about sex, and you were saying that you need to have it every day. So if you met a woman that decided she's celibate and she's not going to have sex with you, she likes you, she's pushing you, she's encouraging you, she's even doing wifely duties, she's still encouraging you. Are you willing to not be with anybody else because she's deciding that she does not want to be intimate with you? Because a woman is supposed to wait until he gets his thing together. So are you willing to wait for the things that you need? Corey,
Will
that
I
question's
wait?
for you, sir. Yes,
Well,
sir.
are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Because this is just.
What does that have to do with, like,
I mean, I'm just saying.
Waiting. It's the same type of wait, just a
what,
different.
so you're
scenario.
telling me waiting for sex and waiting for me as the man to get to the next level, that's the same thing?
Yeah,
It's a
because what if
goal.
they're struggling?
It's not.
What if
It's
they
not.
are
It's
struggling?
not.
It is the
What I
same
said
thing.
earlier.
It's a need. A
Sex-
woman
okay, if I don't
needs
get
to
sex
have.
from her, listen, if I don't get sex from
You're
you,
going to
right,
do what?
I'll go get it from somewhere else.
Absolutely. So what she's
Think
saying
about
is the
it.
same thing.
Think
I'm
about
not
it.
going to wait forever
Okay, that's
for you to
fine.
get your
That's fine.
finances together.
But listen, what you got to realize and understand is, if we're in a committed relationship, that's a whole different ball game. But if we're in a committed marriage, that's a whole different ball game. But if
It
we're
is.
just talking and we're not in it with, and there's no commitment, I don't owe you that, and you don't owe me that.
Yeah, but you said earlier that she's supposed to encourage you. It's just not her job. When you come into, you should not be dating and looking to court a woman if you're not in a certain place in your life. And I'm not saying you got to be rich. If you cannot take that woman out to dinner, you should not be looking to date. Period. Because a man has to feel a certain way. Men have egos. Women have emotion. So a man has an ego. If she's a hardworking woman and he has an ego to upstand, it's going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem
Okay,
because
but
he sees her in a.
So when you go on a date, let's just say hypothetically, you and I go out on a date. What are you looking for when we go out on that date?
I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking to get to know you.
Okay, no, I'm talking about as far. Okay, let me put it this way: where if you and I went out on a date, where would you pick for us to go out on a date? Where would you want us to go out on a date? And please,
well, if I'm going,
don't go with the I don't go with that. Oh, I want the man. No, I'm asking you a direct question because I'm going.
No, if you ask,
in a few minutes,
if you if you ask and you say that, ask me what I want to go. I have a particular kind of food that I like. I would ask, do you like it? But this is the thing.
Right, because I'm waiting for it. Don't get up here and show face.
I have to be honest with you. I've never went on a date with a guy and spent $300 because I feel like why would I spend a lot of money? Now this is the thing. Men have a tendency to look at a woman and put her price tag along with how she looks, and that is wrong. There's men that say a woman is high maintenance. I think it was Charlie. You said $300. Why would you assume that?
Because that's what y'all want.
I'm asking Charlie, sir. Thank you. Why would you assume that?
What we want. That's what
No,
you
no. I was just making a joke about it. I was just.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So men tend to think a man wants to be with a woman that looks good. He wants her to have
a joke about
for the average situation. A man wants a woman that looks good. Okay. Now, when she looks good and she looks like what she's wearing costs big money, now she's considered high maintenance. Why is she considered high maintenance? Because she cares about how she looks and maybe the next chick doesn't. You don't know what she spends her coins on. You just assuming a man is always going to have, if he is not financially stable. I don't know if you've read the book with Steve Harvey, but if a man is not financially stable, he is not going to be able to focus on a woman because his ego will always be in the way, especially of a hardworking woman. He's always going to have an issue with it because if she's going out and she's getting her hustle on, she's doing this, she's doing that, he sees her as being above him. And she may not be.
Did you answer my question? Where would we go on the first date?
I really don't know because I believe that we're in two different areas, so I really don't know. Me particularly, I like Italian food. I like pizza. So, hey, we can go to the pizza store on Gun Hill Road and I'll be good. I've done it before.
Okay, so my whole point is this, right? When a lot of these women, especially on social media, because I share these videos all the time. Especially that woman who did that whole big thing with a guy sent her $30 for lunch, and she talking about she pays $100. That is ridiculous. That means
I don't know about that one.
Bad spending habits.
Right.
You don't know how to,
That's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying?
That don't mean that.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
If you're spending $100 a day,
but that's her preference. That's her preference. Now
baby,
she shouldn't expect that from him because that's how she likes to eat. But she shouldn't expect that from him.
But that
doesn't mean she has bad spending habits. She just might
some of
like
these women
to eat
expect from us men, that we have to lavish and take care of their lifestyle because this is what you do for yourself. And
Sometimes men are picking beyond their means. Sometimes they're picking beyond their means. If you're looking for,
it's the same thing for women.
Yeah, some women do the same thing, but I believe that there are some men that pick beyond their means. Meaning this: if you are a hardworking man, you should be looking for a hardworking woman. If you're not a working man or not a hardworking man or what have you, then you need to stay in your lane and accept. Is there a technical issue?
No, that means he's looking at something. He's still
what comes to you.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, so sometimes I think that's what happens, and I think that men tend to judge women based on how they look, not knowing what their situation is. But then you got to stay in your means, bro. Simple as that. If you meeting women that if you meet a woman that spends $100 a day on her food, I don't know what your situation is, but you may be outside of your means. I don't spend $100 a day. If I can go to the dollar store and get me a little something for lunch, I'm cool with it. But I may not look that way. I may not carry myself that way because I may like to look a certain way. But I think the reality of it is you have to stay within your means.
So
I mean,
again,
let me be
said this.
transparent with you.
I
Let me
said
be
this
transparent.
earlier. I said this earlier. I said this in the beginning of the show. It all goes back to communication. Our generation does not know how to communicate. We look at like you said this. A man is visual. We see a woman, she got her hair done, she got her nails done, she got everything done. So in our natural mind, let's look at the generation today. And it's something that you said earlier, bro. We talked about when it comes to work. And I'm gonna say this. You ain't gotta agree, but I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it.
That's what's up. I like that.
It's easy for a woman to be down and not have nothing if she got multiple ways to make money. Do you agree or do you disagree? When it comes to the man, it is not that easy for the man.
I would agree.
No.
It's
No.
not that easy for the man.
No.
Why not?
No.
You want to know why it's not easy for the man?
Why?
We really gonna go there.
Yes.
I want to know.
Bro, and why are you quiet? You leaving us out here by ourselves.
Man, I'm listening to
leaving
y'all.
us out here to dry.
He's so overwhelmed
But it's
right now.
I can stand 10 toes down
He
on
is
my
in
own.
sensory overload.
I
Dude,
can
I'm
stand
listening
10
to
toes
y'all.
down on
Still
my
waiting to
own.
know why it's not that easy for the man.
I'm about
Why
to come
it's
in.
not
I got
easy?
you.
Why it's not easy for the man? And I'm gonna be vulgar with this. So what you gotta understand is
I know what you're getting ready to say.
But it's you okay.
'Cause we
You
got
know
the
what
same
I'm talking
options
about.
y'all got.
It's the truth. No, not too many men. Not too many men. Trust me and believe it. Not too many men.
Okay, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Unless you on the other side. Unless
That's
you
what
on the
I
other
thought he was
side.
going to say.
Unless you on the other side, then yeah. But a
So-
real man that's trying to really have something established in life. A lot of men, it's gonna take time to get to where they're trying to get to. But a woman,
I think
as I said earlier, she has that power. She'll make a listen. Dudes are paying for fees.
What power?
Ain't even
I
looking
mean,
at touching them.
what power?
That's
I
true.
think
They-
I
But
think
what
what he's
power?
saying. I think what he's
Really,
saying
really,
is
Tweet.
I think-
our womanly,
Really,
our
Tweet?
womanly wilds,
Really,
I
Tweet?
think-
our aura, our
like
face, our
like in
body.
all
Really,
honesty, it goes back to what I said earlier. It goes back to what I said earlier. Every man has the ability to change. Every man has that ability to change. However, that does not mean that that man is going to change for you. Every man has the ability to change. It just depends on the woman that is placed in front of him. Now, for me, and I'm gonna stand as my brother Corey said, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it. If all you are bringing to the table is sex, I don't want it. I can get that anywhere and everywhere else. I don't
Said
just
that.
want that. Yeah, I don't want that. Here's what I want, as I've said. I'm looking for somebody, and Tweet and Sarah, y'all already know. For me, you get me by being mentally stimulating to me. You get me by being invested in what I'm doing. If I am seeing that you are invested in what I am invested in, not talking financially, but like you watching it weekly, you sharing it all the time, you doing what it needs to be done, you asking me questions about it. If I am seeing that, yo, this girl is really riding for me like that, guess what? I am going to be more apt to give her attention than I am anybody else. That is what our brother Corey is trying to say. A lot of times, a woman has the power and the authority to change a man. Not because of necessarily always what's underneath her, but what's up here. A woman can change a man by just her mental standpoint.
So
Even by a conversation. Look
Facts.
at the Bible. By a conversation, a woman
So-
can mess a man. Look at Samson. Was it Samson who? Dude, you
So-
let this woman. You ain't even get none.
She
You
just
ain't
cut his
even
hair
get
off.
Nothing. and you let this woman.
we can go even before Samson. Look at
You know what I'm
Eve.
saying?
Eve sat there, and all she did was offered Adam the apple.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
because Adam was so messed up by a conversation from her, then boom, he did the opposite of what God wanted him to do. A woman
Absolutely.
can either mess you up
It
or
ain't
she
had
can
nothing to do with the
empower you.
conversation. It was about what he saw.
A
Both
Okay,
woman
of them.
can either
okay.
mess
Samson
you up
and
or
They
Eve.
are.
empower.
Okay, see,
Visual.
this is the thing. They're visual. Okay, so this is the thing. When we think about a man changing over a woman, yes, a man can change over a woman, but he won't stay that way. A person's real colors will eventually, he will change. You know how many men will meet a woman and tell her this, that, and the other, and act this way or the other way for a limited time? At some
But why
point,
don't you?
Samson realized, hold on, some point, Samson realized that he was being flim-flammed by a beautiful woman. Adam also realized when God spoke to him and said, listen, why did you eat that apple when I told you not to?
That woman made me do it.
That woman
That
told
woman
What he
him,
made
said.
me.
right,
That's what he
that woman,
said. That's
right,
what he
but guess
said.
what?
You gave me.
Eventually he woke up, and it's the same way with a man. He will change for you, but it may not be forever. I'm not going to say it may not be. It won't be
So can I ask
forever.
this question? Can
He's
I
going
ask
to
this
have a
question?
limited time because men are physical and
Wait,
they're
wait, wait.
also goal oriented. So
Wait, wait,
once
wait,
he
wait, wait.
reaches,
Watch this, bro. Let me ask you this question. This for Renee and this for Tweet.
Okay.
With the excuse me, sorry y'all. With the power that you have, why is it that when that man changes, he doesn't stay?
Now
See, we're
I
gonna
got
blame everything on
because
the man, but what is it about you as the woman that is not allowing him
you can't,
or putting
no.
himself and I'm not saying you to make him stay, but what is it that you're doing that's driving him away? See, a lot of times you want to
So
blame stuff. Hold on. You want to blame stuff on the man and what the man is doing, right? But what are you doing as the woman to drive him away to say, now I done got my business. I done got to where I came from. I'm big now. I don't need her. But why do I not need her? Because this is the woman that helped me when I was down, that was there for me when I was down, that I didn't have nothing, she was there for me, and now I arrived. What is it that's allowing that man? I'm sorry, I'm yelling and all that because I'm very passionate about this.
it's cool.
But
yeah,
what
you
is it
good.
that's allowing that man to be like, yo, I'm out? See, we don't talk about that type of stuff. Again, we don't know how to communicate because look, why are you leaving? I done gave you, I gave you my life. I had children for you. Listen, we got a place together. We work hard. We went from A, B, C, D, F, and G, and we did the doggone thing. But what is it that's saying, one day I'm gonna get up and leave? Like we don't talk about that. We don't talk about falling out of love. We don't talk about, one day you wake up like, yo, I don't love you no more. I've been with you for 20
Yeah.
years, and now I'm done.
I
We,
think that to answer you what you're saying, I think that the reason why the man does not stay is because a man's ego needs to constantly be fed throughout the entire relationship. Even if you don't like him, even if you don't love him, you have to constantly feed that. And if you don't, that's when variety starts to waken up. That's
Okay.
when he has to see, especially if you rode with this man when he didn't have nothing. That's why I tell women, listen, don't ride with no man when he don't have nothing, because when he got something, you don't know who he's gonna be. You
Okay.
don't know who he's gonna be
okay, what
because
about
he's
the
gonna
man that
portray
got
it.
something? The man that
The
got
man,
something can do the same thing.
and guess what the man? Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you what the man that got something does. The man that got something is treats the woman like she's optional. Like if you're not there, somebody else will be here, so you don't have to be here. But it's better to have your own situation, and he have his own situation. So when he start acting like he
Uh-oh.
don't need
Uh
you,
oh.
and he can choose
Uh
his
oh.
options.
Oh my God,
Oh
I'm getting
no.
off. That's
Hey,
it.
Julie.
I'm out. I'm out.
Look,
Hey,
bruh. I had no
We're
idea.
not gonna be tag
Hey,
team.
Julie.
What? We're not gonna be tag team with the three of them and just two of us. Nah,
Wait. Let me ask you a
Well, your
question.
boys
Let me
keep
ask you a question.
leaving.
Wait. Let me ask a question to Tweet real quick before we go to Julie. Tweet, you said that a man is not always going to change. He's not going to stay changed for a
Same.
woman. Okay, so here's the question that I have for you. What if it's the man what if this is the woman that God is telling this man, yo, This is the one that I have for you. This is the one that you are supposed to build with. This is the one that you're supposed to be with. You saying that that man is not going to stay with that woman and not going to ride with that woman because
No,
God is telling him?
no. What I'm saying is a man. This okay. First of all, we have, like I keep saying, we have to remember that men are emotional. So a man is not like a woman. A woman can be with another man, sleep with, and be intimate with another man, and fall in love with him. A man knows how to control his emotions. So he can still be in a relationship with this woman, love this woman, come home to this woman, step out on this woman for years, even months, even days, even. And he can come back to this woman and still love her because he can control his emotions better than a woman can. So that doesn't mean, because I personally don't believe that because a man cheats on you doesn't mean that he does not love you. It means that he has a tendency of maybe doing it now, maybe doing it again, because his ego and the variety is now taking place.
But why I'm sorry,
Right, right, right,
I'm gonna
right.
go ahead there. Well, why is it
It's
that
all
you
right, I
want
can
to
handle
blame
it.
everything on the man?
No, I'm not. I
Again,
was answering his question. I'm not
but
blaming
I'm
it on
saying
men. I'm
it's the
saying he
man's
asked me
ego. It's
why.
the man. You're saying it's the
A
man's
man
ego.
does
So
have an
this is that.
ego.
All
A
right, then.
woman does
What
too.
about the
Okay, hold
woman
on. Yeah.
too?
Okay.
The
Okay.
woman
Okay.
too.
I'm not saying a woman doesn't have an ego. Women are charged through emotion. A woman is not charged by ego. Just like you said when you spoke earlier, what did you say? You said a woman can be down on her luck, down and out. She's going through some things, and a man will come in her life and talk to her and make her better. You know why? Because that woman, once she is emotionally connected to him, she feels like he likes her and he's feeding her a little bit of this and a little bit of that. She feels connected to him, so she'll let him know. Listen, I got this situation going on. A man is not gonna do that. He gonna keep that inside. He gonna
A
hide his
little
financial
boy ain't gonna
situation.
do that. A
No,
little
honey,
boy
that's
ain't gonna
men.
do that. A little
That's
boy ain't
men.
gonna do that. But let's introduce Julie. How you doing, Julie?
Oh
Hi,
Hey,
how
God.
are you?
Julie.
Oh God. Oh
So
God.
I listened to the topics that you
Oh
guys are
God.
discussing tonight, and it's very relevant. But I feel like going back to what I think Tweet was saying with Corey, a lot of times a man cannot be kept if he's not willing to be kept. No matter what a woman can do or say to a man to be kept, he's not going to stay. And it works
Mute your
both. And it
mic,
works both.
Corey.
And it works both ways. I feel like a woman too, like if she don't want to be kept, no matter how good or great that man could have been to her and stuff like that. But I feel like certain things like common sense should have taken us out of situations that kept us in situations that it shouldn't have been.
Okay, but
So a lot
again,
of
it
times,
goes back.
Corey, this
It
not your
goes
show, and I'm
back.
talking. I'm
Go
talking. This
ahead.
not your show, but let me talk.
Go ahead.
So it goes back to saying too earlier on
Man,
when you guys said that men go through trauma and stuff like this, much so like females do. Men don't be raised by they're raised by their mother, which it should show them a nurturing part, but it don't. So they're lacking something else. Whereas women too, a lot of their failed relationships could date back to their father not being there to show them how they should be treated. So that goes without saying that equal parenting is equally important to both sex. It's not. I hate the concept of a father's important for a man, but what about the woman? I feel like the mom teach the child to be nurturing, the dad teach them more structure in a way of how they should perceive life. Not to say that people that are brought up in their two family parent home that they don't go out and do crazy stuff, but I feel like it's equally important. With that being said, a lot of times, um, like Usher once said in his song, he has a song like his mistakes. Like, why do I have to pay for the mistakes of somebody else? Why do I gotta keep getting put through the same thing? Why? And it works on both ends. If I'm constantly being hurt by the same sex, I feel like the next and the best is gonna come. It's gonna be, oh, he's gonna cheat on me. He's gonna lie. He's not gonna be truthful. So it's like me being an overthinker by like just how I am. I feel like that's just you're groomed and nature and nurtured by the experiences you've been through. You're also hearing with what failed relationships your parents been through. So a lot of things, nature and nurture plays a part of how someone is. And I feel like dating as a whole, men versus women, women versus men, it's case by case sensitivity. Not every female is going to be what you guys are portraying. Oh, well, they don't communicate or men don't communicate, and it goes both ways. But a lot of times, men don't communicate to women because we share our emotions. If we do this and we do that, we're less of a man. And the new thing nowadays, and a little bit off the topic, is these men are starting to even mess with other men, which is a problem to me because if you can't tell me what it is from the rip, don't sit here and try to make me be in a situation that I feel like, oh my gosh, now I'm being the laugh of the town because I'm so hooked on, oh, it's me and you, me and you, me and you. So I can't even see that, oh my gosh, and you're portraying this very well in society that you're a man's man, but no, behind doors, you playing with the man. Or I'm going to Jerry house and I'm going to this person's house, and little do I know, you're actually sleeping with them. So a lot of times lately, the side chick ain't even a chick, it's the whole dude. So it's
But
to
can
be
can I?
quite frank, I need to know what are, and I say this when I start talking to people, like, are you interested in men? People laugh and try to think it's being funny, but it's truthful. And a lot of things men don't come out and say because they don't want their masculinity to be taken away from
Society.
them. They don't want, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be less of a man. So be it, because when I go find out about it, now guess what? I might do the dirty deed and air your dirty laundry and go to bloggers and stuff like that. I might take that route because you deceived me for so long. And
But
I feel
but
like women
but
are, and I don't stand on, and a lot of things I do, I work hard or whatever the case may be, but a lot of things that people sitting here saying like, oh well, the female's down and out and this, that, and the third, the man is willing to stay around. That's bull. Excuse my language. That's bull crap, because at the end of the day, they're gonna sit here and say, oh, it's nice knowing you, but or they're gonna fade into the black rather than just sitting here saying, well, sorry, sweetheart, you're not up to par or whatever the case may be. But I feel like if you feel like I'm even half decent enough, why can't you work with me or teach me or try to help me to become a better person, like you guys kept saying? And it works both ways. And I feel like what Tweet said, a woman shouldn't have to come in and always be the battery pack for a man. That, it should be both ways. It should be
So,
where it's okay, you're a half decent human being. Okay, we all fall short of whatever we falling short of. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you going to do to help me become a better person? And what can I do to help you become a better person? Not always just having your hand out, what you're going to give me, what you're going to give me, but what can I give you? In the sense
cool,
of what I bring or offer and brings to the table.
cool.
So with that being said, I know Corey's about to interrupt and say he got, but you also can't be too. And we had this conversation earlier. And you can't be, and this go for men and women too. You can't be out here in this dating world being so desperate, because men and women is going to take advantage of that. And like I tried to tell Corey earlier, sometimes when you do tell
Don't
people
Absolutely.
be don't
your
be excuse
situation
me,
and
hold on, hold on,
circumstances,
Paul.
no,
Don't be
because
putting
no,
our
I'm
conversation
talking,
and what we
I'm
talk about
talking,
out in the
I'm
air. I don't
talking,
know you.
but I'm
I don't
talking.
know you.
I feel like I'm
I don't
talking
know
that
you.
I feel like a lot
I
of
don't
times
need the
when
whole world knowing that.
I feel like, but I feel like a lot of times, like when we do kind of like bring stuff to the table, and me and him talked about that earlier, men sometimes will use that against you. And that's how and it's just me, experiences. It's like, okay, if I sit here and tell you like, oh, I don't have to tell you my personal business, but just a gist of why I had trust issues, why I view things certainly, they're gonna sit here and use that against you. Maybe not in a negative light. They're gonna be like, she got trust issues, but let me try to go and navigate around how can I portray myself that
Another
she won't have
way.
trust
Yep.
issues and be able to still be the dog I'm gonna be in the street.
let me
And if
let me
you're a
say
dog
this.
when you met the man, he's gonna be a dog. So don't even say try to clean that man up and think that,
No,
oh, I'm gonna change him. You ain't changing nobody. You ain't
let me say
changing
this.
nobody. Because if
Let
he
me
ain't
say,
changed for the people that been in his life, he ain't gonna change for you, sweetheart.
let me say this. Let me say this. At the end of the day, I've said it before and I will say it again. A man that is not ready to be changed is not going to change. But I have witnessed it on multiple of occasions. Some good friends of mine that were straight up players,
I can tell you.
players from the Himalayas,
Right.
had more girls' phone numbers than and more girls in their bed than anybody that I know. And then out of nowhere, I look up, this dude got married, he got a family, he got and he's done settled down and is living the good life. And I'm
Right
like, bruh,
now.
I said, bruh, what happened? He said, man, he said, what happened was this woman came into my life. She prayed with me
Come
as
on.
I was going through these situations. She prayed
Come
with
on.
me. She's been there for me. We've been there for each other. Now, I'm not saying that I will say this again. I said this in the beginning, and I will say it again. A man should not look for a woman to be in a relationship if
Danny.
he should not look to be in a relationship with a woman if he is not ready to deal with what comes with being in a relationship or with what comes with being in a marriage. He should not waste this woman's time if he is not, if we are both, okay, I'm going to use me and Don as an example. Me and Tweet as an example. If we both say that we are Christians, right? And we know what the Bible says about marriage, right? If I am saying that, yo, I'm ready to settle down, I'm ready to be married, blase, 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 the first thing we need to do is we need to go back to the Word of God. If I'm saying I'm ready to be married and you saying you ready to be married, what we need to do is make sure that our actions are lining up with what the Word of God says. Because if we are not lining up with what the Word of God says, if I'm not doing the things that is expected of a man in marriage, then technically I'm not ready. Because what is a man supposed to do? He is supposed to be the provider.
I'll answer that.
He's
Provide.
supposed to be the provider. He's supposed to be the protector. He's supposed to help take care of the household in more ways than one. Now, I cannot, this is coming from me. I may be the Lone Ranger on this. This is just me. I would feel less of a man if I am sitting at home doing Jack Diddley squat while my wife is out here working. Heck no. We can't do that. We ain't doing that.
Yeah. See, and see, not just is that biblically, that is a lot of men feel like that. They feel like they don't want to be watching a woman, out here shucking and driving, doing what she need to do while he's doing nothing. So, I mean, Corey, tap in. What do you feel? You represent the men, and it's only two of y'all right now.
He got. You know he was gonna say something.
I want to go back. See, I told y'all I can't deal with Julie. I only can deal with Julie just for a little bit.
Why? Because she's a strong woman.
Just for a little bit.
She's a strong woman.
And since you done put our business out there, let me just put this straight. Me and Julie are friends. Let me put this straight, because you got people in the comments and singing stuff and all that. We is not together.
Well, we talked earlier, and you said that if you were not single, if you're single or not single, it's nobody's business. So don't worry about that.
Oh Lord, I'm about to go to bed.
What it is,
let's roll on back to that question. Roll back that beautiful bean footage.
Because we're out here telling people that we talked earlier on the phone. The whole world don't need to know that. I don't want people on business. But let me just go back to what you said.
It ain't me. I'll tell you that now. So don't be concerned. Tweet Talks at YouTube. You can ask me a question you want. But anyway, back to the question. As far as being a provider, how do you feel about that? Do you feel that it's okay for the woman to go out and work every day and the man not?
It's not okay. No, it's not okay. But
okay.
But look at where. See, I'm going to be doing this soon. Bible versus reality. We got to look at reality. There are some stay-home dads, and the woman is working because she's making way more money, and now somebody has to be here with the kids. There's nothing wrong with it. Does that make him less of a man? No, it does not, because dynamics and things change.
I'm gonna tell you something. I was in a
hold on.
Already is established though, and he has his own nest egg, and he don't have to rely on a woman, and that's only for a short period of time. Because how old your kid's gonna be that don't?
We're talking about marriage. We're talking about just having kids.
Okay.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of dynamics and a lot of families, white, black, whatever the case may be. And you can look up the statistics. There's a lot of stay-home dads. Does that make that wrong? No. I believe that the man should be the provider. And I believe that the man should provide. And the woman meets him in the middle and helps provide.
Oh, now that she's making the coins, it's time to meet. But before, she had to be putting the battery in his bag, encouraging him to conquer the world. Now that she's making the coins, we come together and we make this.
I'm talking about marriage. We was talking about.
I'm talking about marriage, relationship, whatever.
Hold on.
You don't owe nobody nothing, really. You ain't married.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. this conversation can go on for forever. So
Mhm.
what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do is, because if we ain't clear, if we are not careful, we're going to be on here for about 3 hours. So what we're gonna do is, coming soon, all of us are gonna come back for a part two, men and women. We coming back for a part two. Julie, we're gonna invite you too. We're gonna get Charlie back on here. We coming back for a part two. We're gonna have 3 women and 3 men, representing for the women and representing for the men. So y'all be on the lookout. It won't be next week because I do have a previous engagement that I have to be at on next week. But y'all definitely stay tuned. Part 2 is definitely coming very soon, y'all. I promise y'all that.
But I want to extend the thank you for Julie, because we often put it in the chat, the link in the comments, and people don't want to. Yeah, so we want to give you a super shout out for doing that, for tapping in and enjoying this good conversation with us. Corey, same to you, brother. I respect your comments. I respect the fact that you stand on your word, and I love it. I love the fact that you okay with standing on your word, and you're not afraid to stand alone on things. That's what's up. That means that you are a strong man. So
Absolutely.
I definitely love that.
So
But
y'all
can I give
definitely
you this thought? Because I want to
Yeah.
I want to say this to you from what we were talking about before.
Say it to who?
You. Because you
Oh,
be coming from me. You and Julie are the two that I'm gonna always come for when we all together.
I'm passionate
It's
just
like
like
we
you
about to.
about certain things.
And look, I'm in the middle. Literally, if you look at the camera, I'm in the middle. You on the left side and Julie on the right side. I mean, yeah, it's like, put on the bottom. So I want to ask you this, and I want to bring this thought to us, because a lot of times I think that we need to stop blaming each other and stop
I would
putting it
agree.
on. Oh, it's the man, it's the woman, right? And I think that, and I said this earlier to Julie, since she wanted to talk about our conversation. I think that we need to learn how to take responsibility, because a lot of times we want to blame the man because he was gay or he was this or he was that or he was this. But you got to blame, and same thing for me, because I've been through that with one of my exes, you know. But we got to blame ourselves and take accountability for allowing ourselves to fall victim or to fall prey to allowing that individual to talk that mess, and vice versa, into our lives, to be drawn in instead of doing our due diligence. There is stages before we get to a relationship.
Absolutely, I
Talking.
agree.
You gotta
Yeah.
talk. Because I told somebody yesterday and today, take away money, take away sex, and just talk.
All right,
Go
Corey, you
out
said,
and
wait,
buy
hold on, question. You said stages to before you get to a
dating.
relationship, but wait. You said stages to it, but correct me if I'm wrong. You the one that don't believe in being friends first.
Okay, we're not doing that.
Wait,
We're not
what?
doing
I'm
that. We're
asking a
not doing that.
question.
But
What?
but but but
Yeah,
see,
we
Is that
that's
tuned
the
in for
thing.
this.
But that's difference. That's a whole
but I'm
difference.
asking how you say the
I can
stages.
still talk to you without being your friend. I don't have to be your friend. We're talking. There's no title. There's nothing. And that's what y'all don't understand. Being a friend, if you are my friend, I'm not dating you. That's just me. If you tell me, oh, let's be friends, you're friend zoned. That's it. We have to learn how to stop using these words so loosely. We're talking. There's no commitment. There's no title. There's nothing. We are so quick to throw titles out there. Oh, we got to start like this. We don't have to start like nothing. We
So you
don't
start
know
off
each
from
other.
wait. Let me ask you a
We don't
question
know
just to
each
get a better
other.
understanding. You start off
Julie's
from
talking.
talking,
Julie's
and you go
talking.
straight. You go straight off from talking to relationship. That's it. Nothing in between.
No, first of all, we're talking. It does
I'm
not.
asking for a
We
friend.
have to
I'm
stop
asking for a
putting
friend.
time limits. We are talking.
She said that's a whole friend.
There is no time limit. Oh, okay, we're talking, and now we're friends, and the relationship. It don't work like that for me. And I'm not going to tell you my whole thing of what it works like. But for me, we're talking. There is no. We
That's
have to stop
bogus.
with these titles and really
That's
understand
bogus.
the
It's like you
person.
want to
That's
talk.
why. Hold
It's
on.
like
That's why a lot of people, men and women, get tripped up in these crazy relationships and situationships because you didn't take the time out to really get to know that person. And I'm talking from experience. We jump and we say, okay, we're friends. Now we friends. Now we go to a relationship. So let me ask you a question. How long are you going to be friends before you make a relationship? My point given. See, we give all these.
I mean, me personally, we gonna do more than just talk
But how you
because
gonna
I
ask
need
the
to see a
question?
lot.
Wait, how you gonna jump and ask the question? Just start talking again. What was the question again? How long? What happened?
How long are you since you said since y'all said 'cause I remember we talked about this last time. I knew you was gonna bring that up. We all talked about this last time when we came together and came on a podcast. How long are you gonna deal with that man and say we friends? We friends. You friends having sex? You friends kissing? You friends holding hands? You
Hold
friends?
on. So I'm gonna read the definition of friends. So I won't
Oh,
make this
please
up.
do,
The
please
definition of
do,
friend, a
please do,
person,
please
a
do.
all right, quiet. A person whom one knows with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations.
Choose another
A
definition.
person
That ain't.
whom one knows, and that comes from the Oxford. I ain't making this up. I had to bring the other phone out. A person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. So, with that being said, within that self, a
You
friendship,
can have sex
you
with
can't.
somebody that's a friend.
You
I
can't,
don't
and that's
believe
why,
that. I'm sorry.
hold on,
I'm
Corey. And that's
sorry.
exactly why when you come with that bogusness, oh, she just my friend, I don't buy it because guess what? A lot of people be screwing their friends. Or she like a sister and she a friend. People use the terminology so loosely till it's
Let's
like,
roll to the
okay, where do
comments.
you draw the line?
No,
We got an
that
interesting
listen.
comment here.
We about to get off. Here
So
we go.
then
Oh my
y'all
God.
more than friends. No, we
See,
not more than friends.
we
Oh,
will
it's
never
time
be
to
Alright,
go
y'all.
more than
now.
friends.
It's time to
Y'all.
go.
Part two
Y'all,
coming soon.
good
You
Part
ain't
two
night.
doing
coming
something for
soon.
me.
May the
We love
Lord
y'all.
watch
We love
between me
y'all.
and B.
Part two is coming soon. Part two is coming
But
soon.
wait, bro, can I say this? Can I say this? Let me just say
Go
this.
on ahead.
Let me just say this. Because I'm a stickler, because we had this situation last time. Friends are friends. That's it for me. Because I have female friends who are just friends. We never slept together. We
That's
never
a
did
whole
nothing.
nother
And I'm
conversation.
tired of this. What you said?
That's a whole
That's a
nother
whole nother
conversation. Them
conversation.
I
female
don't care,
friends.
but at the end of the day, it's facts and it's the truth. Like one of my best friends, she's my beneficiary. We never had sex. She's married. She has a whole family. It's just kids. So at the end of the
That
day,
means she's responsible.
absolutely. But at the end of the day, what you got to understand is I have friends who are just friends. We never did nothing. So that's why we got to really get into the conversation of understanding what is a friend. Because how do you make a friend your man or your woman? How? Make it make
That's
sense.
a
Well, you
that's
should be
what we
friends
can.
with a person before you even get into a relationship. I
You gotta
mean,
have
Wait,
that
wait,
you
wait,
need to
wait.
get
bond.
to know
I
them.
disagree.
It's a
Wait, wait, wait,
bond.
Wait,
wait,
what?
wait,
Wait,
wait, wait, wait, wait, wait,
Affection.
wait.
you hold them
That is a
hands.
topic. That is a topic for that part two of how can you just be friends with somebody? Can you be friends with somebody and not be in a relationship?
But
We
that
got
Because
another
now
but
if you
comment
do
here.
that,
We got
listen,
another
if you
comment.
do that, now
so
So
every
this is
guy
to,
that
let's
has a
see.
female friend is a
I already
potential.
addressed that.
She said we need a
I'm not
bullhorn.
more than just friends with Corey. I never even physically met
We
And we
Corey.
never
got
met.
somebody
We
else
don't
that
Or
know each
says
other.
over the
exactly.
phone.
Alright, y'all.
Boy.
Alright, y'all.
Okay, so
Alright,
this is not the Corey show. This is after
y'all.
show
Right, they keep
vibes.
coming for
Vibes.
me.
So y'all can,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
y'all have
yeah.
any
So,
comments for Corey,
so,
But
y'all can definitely direct
so
him.
we will
Thank
see
you.
y'all next time. Part two is definitely coming soon. We love y'all.
Be well, Corey.
God bless y'all.
All right,
Good luck,
love.
Peace.
Corey.
Peace, y'all.
all right.